This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, I want to let all my enemies know, my political enemies, no, I'm not dead. No, the FCC didn't come and yank the license. Had a train wreck yesterday, people, for you people that aren't from the Belleville area. And knocked down all kind of power lines, and they finally got it on yesterday afternoon. But had a lot of calls, and appreciate everyone that was concerned about my safety. But I tell you, people, it's amazing. It's amazing. Election time. These ass-wipe, no-good son of a bitches. Well, wait a minute. Speaking of that, I got a new commercial coming out on sweet cakes, and it'll be out this afternoon. And it's a warning. It's a little rough, but it's the way it is. Politics is a blood sport, and I'll read it to you real quick, and it'll be all over. It's got Tiptoe Through the Tulips is the music when it starts out, and then it's Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. Do you actually think that the good people of St. Clair County believe all the lies you have been spreading during this election time and the last 12 years of doing nothing in St. Clair County but hurting us good people? You continue to lie and lie about the debacled failed Mid-America Airport, costing us, the hardworking taxpayers, over $15 million a year. You continue to lie about the NGA, the spy agency, and because of your corrupt leadership the last 12 years, St. Clair County has lost over $3 billion in potential business income. You have continued to lie to all of us, sweet cakes. But now we ask, have you also been lying? And we ask, have you also been lying about your sexuality and your sex life? If you know what I mean, and I definitely think you do, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, not a wolf in sheep's clothing, but a very small man in women's clothing. You have earned a new name, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. No longer will you be Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, but Mark the Big Faggot Boy Kern. A faggot forever. Mark the Big Faggot Boy Kern.
Where's the dress?
Whoa!
Where's the dress? Tell me where's the dress? Where's the dress?
Now, Mo, let's get on down to the store and get some lipstick and some rouge.
Where's the dress?
Hey, Joe, why don't we do this thing up right and get some in my ostrich plume?
You know,
Where's the dress?
I was wondering if they made a pink pump in a size 12, Mo.
Where's the dress?
Where's the dress, Kern? You little no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitch, you lying bastard. I'm so tired of this political crap. I tell you, people, there was more honorable people in federal prison than there is in this political system of ours. Kern sends out, they've been sending out hit pieces out on me, and I want to thank my enemies because my ratings have went through the roof. People that didn't know me before are Googling my name, finding out how we have a radio station, listen to my show, and then call me and tell me thanks for what I'm doing. So thank you, guys. You can't hurt me anymore, guys. I told you that. But this no good son of a bitch, there's a picture keeping the progress going. There's a picture with Kern about 10 years ago with Obama with his arm around him. This is when Obama was a state senator. Now, they send this down to East St. Louis. They didn't send it in the outer county because Kern don't want to be seen with blacks in the outer county. You know how they play the game. Kern hates white and black people, as does Bob. I'd rather piss in my pants and piss in a urinal sprig. But they send out this piece, and this lousy, lying son of a bitch, you've heard me for the last 5 years talking about developing the Mississippi riverfront. Now they've got a piece out, a propaganda piece, developing the Mississippi riverfront. With Mark Kern's leadership, St. Clair County is now in the midst of a multi-million-dollar project. He's a damn liar. There's no multi-million-dollar project. They're fixing the street down there. To open the Mississippi River up for new development, new jobs it will bring. St. Clair County Democrats fought to make sure that the significant local and minority hiring for this important project. These guys have been in office 40 years. Kern's been the county board chairman 12 years. Now, all of a sudden, and they took it out of Bob Romanik's playbook because as your state representative, I will fight for development on the riverfront. These lousy, lying son of a bitches. He's taken responsibility and credit for the interstate access. He had nothing to do with that. Fixing the levees are shot. Refarming public housing. Keeping our youth out of the criminal justice system. You people, I just hope you understand all the propaganda and the rate. You black people below the hill, you ought to be so pissed off. This didn't go out in the outer county. No, Kern don't want a picture of a black man with him in the outer county. And the heading is, keep this progress going. Well, I say that's true. If you want to keep the progress, as they call it, going in St. Clair County, like it's been going for the last 40 years, helping none of us, then vote for this idiot. Vote for the Democrats. And again, I don't want to cast a bad light on the proud Democrats of St. Clair County or the proud Republicans. I'm talking about the organizational Democrats, the 5% that get jobs for them and their family and their friends, and everybody else suffers. Aren't you people tired of all the propaganda going on? And what an insult to the people of St. Clair County. You ought to look at this son of a bitch. He's smiling like a cat eating crap. Mark, the big faggot boy, Kern. And Kern, give me a call, you idiot. These guys duck me like the plague. You know why? Because I tell you the way it is. You can't intimidate me, you ignorant bastard. You can't scare me. Somebody said, are they going to put things out about it? I don't give a damn what they put out about me. I know who the hell I am. I'm not a liar. I'm not a no-good son of a bitchin' politician. But think about it, people, below and above the hill. If you want to keep the progress going like he says, then vote for that idiot. There's been nothing. The black folks, the white folks, the Hispanic folks, all the folks of St. Clair County have not benefited from anything from this democratic culture of corruption that's been screwing this county for the last 40 years. They've done some polls, and they find out that we're polling ahead of these guys. They're putting out hit pieces, political hit pieces every day, people, because they're desperate. If everyone will get out, if everyone, family, friends have been screwed by the St. Clair County democratic culture of corruption, if you good people get out and vote, we'll win 5-1. And I'll take that back. We won't win. The politicians, you, the people of St. Clair County, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, men, women, black and white, we'll all win. But these propaganda sheets, it's unbelievable. Now, this is sent out to a person in Centerville, East St. Louis, Cahokia, Washington Park. They don't send it out to St. Laborie, to Freeburg, to Millstadt. You people know what's going on. Yeah, Kern's actually got some hair in this picture, but boy, he's sure smiling. Doesn't it piss you off? Hey, faggot. Hey, faggot, you big faggot bitch Kern. Give me a call. Give me a call, you no-good piece of crap. I'm so tired of these politicians. And I want to thank all the great people in Mascoutah last night. We went out to the AmVets Hall we went out to the, I believe it was the American Legion in Mascoutah. What a great reception. How humbling to have people actually come up and thank you for showing up. Poor white trash from the housing project. I was humbled, and I continue to be humbled by all you good people out there. Maybe I lose the election, but I've gained a lot of friends. I understand your plight because I've been there. I've done that. Not a perfect person by any means, but I will be your perfect warrior in Springfield. I'll take Matt Madigan. I'll put my foot up your ass, you bitch. He hears me. He's got those ads going on up in Springfield about me because he monitors my show. They know what I'm going to do when I come to Springfield. I'm going to kick them all in their asses for us, people. I'm going to be the big boot, the people's boot, and we're going to shove it up all their asses. Democrats, Republicans, anyone that's not going to help us in Southern Illinois, we're coming after, politically, of course. But this asswipe Madigan has sent $750,000 down to beat me. And Madigan, you better hope I lose, because you no good old crotchety son of a bitch from Chicago. We're tired. We're tired of Chicago getting everything and Southern Illinois, St. Clair County, getting nothing. Guarantee you it'll be a different day, people, if I'm elected to the State House. You'll never experience a more crazy, no good son of a bitch when I get up there, because I'm going to be no good to all those bastards. Let's think about it, people. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, it's a movement. It's a patriotic movement. We're on the Republican bus because that's the only bus we could get on. But when we get elected, when Roger Cook, Carl Officer, Ed Cockrell, Dallas Cook, when all of us get elected, you're going to see a new day in St. Clair County. You're going to see a new day in Springfield, Illinois. You can get all these hit pieces. You can read all this crap. But I'll tell you what, people, we're here to fight. We're not politicians. We're fighters. And I'll fight till they kill me. Well, that may be tomorrow, but I'm going to fight until they kill me. I want to say hi to Andy and Debbie Economy. What great people out of Madison, Illinois. They're having their Halloween party Saturday night, October the 29th at 7 o'clock p.m. at the AmVets Hall in Madison. The radio station will be there. We'll be there. And anybody can come out because they help the Animal Protective Association of Granite City. Great people. So, Andy, we'll see you Saturday night. And again, thank you. Thank you for being the great guy that you are. I got to tell you, I go up to the courthouse yesterday to drop something off to my secretary, and this skank, this Mary Thurman, makes a police report that I threatened her, I guess. They've got cameras. And now all of a sudden, they're backing off of it. And then Doug Jameson and Ron Dupert, they said, this is Bob Romanik. I guess because I'm crazy, everybody thinks they can make a complaint out on me. Well, make the complaints all you want. I'll have my day in court. I said nothing to these idiots. Now, Ron Dupert, he don't like me because I'm not a young black man. And I understand that. But here's what I got to say about the Republican Party. Not the good rank and file, not the hardworking rank and file Republicans, but the little elitist group. The Doug Jameson, the Mary Thurmans, the Bar Vivianos. I'm a no good son of a bitch. But Ron Dupert, do you Republican elitist? Is he on the same page with you? You know, Ron Dupert, the same Ron Dupert, the attorney that was charged with grabbing a young black man. It was in the paper. That Ron Dupert? But that's okay. He's one of your guys or girls, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. But these hypocritical son of a bitch is what pisses me off. Talk about Bob Romanik. They won every felon's vote down in East St. Louis. They're down there now crying. They stole all our signs. They're so afraid of us. Hell, we put some signs up and they steal them. Maybe they want them for souvenirs after we get elected. I don't know. But these people are desperate. You hear me, they're desperate. I think we can beat them, people. And I mean we, the people of St. Clair County. They're running scared. They're spending money and money and money. Money's not going to win this election. Oh, and let me tell you about money. We've got a good report, and I believe the authorities are looking at it. Some people of St. Clair County, some Democrats, went up to Chicago, went to several banks, like 15 or 20, and got over $150,000 in 10s and 20s. What does that tell you, people? They've insulted us all in St. Clair County where they think $10 or $20 can buy a vote. Are you crazy? See, they got in trouble last time because some of the Democratic leaders a couple of elections ago, and it was all in federal records, got $75,000, $80,000 in 5s and 10s at the Bank of Belleville. And you guys remember that. That was a Democratic culture of corruption, but they want to disrespect everybody and think $5 or $10 will get a vote. They're giving barbecue sandwiches for absentee votes down in Cahokia. You good people of Cahokia, you good people below the hill, take what they're going to give you, but vote your conscience because it's never going to be any better for any of us until the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption's gone. But the hypocritical people, the Doug Jamesons, the leader of the St. Clair County Republican Party, has screwed that party up. But they'll accept Ron Dupert. Ron Dupert said, apparently I said something about him. And I'll tell you what, Ron Dupert, you idiot. Stay away from me and I will never get in a car with you because my little ding-a-ling is my little ding-a-ling and you could keep your hands off of it. If you know what I mean, you idiot, and I think you do. And speaking of St. Clair County, they're so desperate. And I got to call Brendan Kelly out on this. People, they're having listen to this, their first annual St. Clair County Expungement and Record Sealing Summit. Do you understand, a week before the election, how desperate are these people? What they're going to do, and it says also participating, St. Clair County Judiciary, the judges, the St. Clair County State's Attorney's Office. People, they're trying to get votes by expunging some of these felony records. Now, I'm a felon. I deserve a second chance like everybody else, every other felon that's made a mistake. But you still need to know my background, and I've told you my background before they did. But here, they're going to let rapists and armed robbers, they're going to expunge their records so they can get a vote? This is before the election, people. Do you see how desperate? Now, understand me. The first annual St. Clair County Expungement and Record Sealing Summit, which to me says that if you've raped somebody, you can get your record expunged. If you're a pedophile, you can get your record expunged. How do we know then, people, what your background is if you're a pedophile, if you're a rapist, if you're whatever? And these people of St. Clair County, the judges, the St. Clair County State's Attorney, Brendan Kelly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But do you understand, people? That's the problem. They're so desperate. They're going to let people go. They're going to let people's records go. They're going to seal them. They're going to expunge them so they can get votes on October the 29th is when they're doing that. They couldn't have waited till November the 10th because they're so desperate. That's how desperate these people are. Now, do you understand? Everybody, and I hear there's going to be a big march. Think about it. Somebody molests a young girl, goes to jail, comes out. Oh, he's a pedophile. We don't want him around our children. But as soon as the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption seals that expungement, throws that record out, then this person can go back to hanging around young children, a rapist, a domestic violence defendant. Nobody will know their background. That's how crazy these son of a bitches are. That's how corrupt they are. They don't give a damn. Hey, the state's attorney's office, we're getting all these criminals off the street. They're putting them right back on the street now because they're desperate. And Brendan Kelly, I'm calling you out on that. I think you're a decent man, but this is uncalled for. The culture of corruption in St. Clair County is stooped to a new low, people. They're going to expunge all the records like they did Joanne Reed so she can run for mayor of Allerton again. She was convicted as the mayor of Allerton. They expunged her record so she could go back. How egregious is that, people? That's a slap in all of our faces. But now they're going to have the expungement of criminals so they can vote, and they can vote for the democratic culture of corruption. Everybody in St. Clair County, we all ought to be livid. I'm livid. There's going to be a protest. But the judges are involved, the same judges that sentenced you to 20 years for rape. Now they're going to expunge your record so you can vote for them? Are you crazy? The state's attorney's office, fighting to stop crime. You're not fighting too hard. Oh, I'm sorry. You're more worried about a vote than you are a life. And you good people of St. Clair County understand what I'm saying. I'm a nutty son of a bitch, but I ain't that nuts. I understand what's going on. They're gonna expunge people's felony records for rape, for robbery, for pedophilia, just to get the votes. That's how desperate the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption is. And you good Democrats out there, you think about it. That's not you. You may be Democrats. When you go into the polls election day, you know how to vote. You got to vote these Democrats, these black sheep Democrats out of office because it's not right. It's not right for St. Clair County. It's not right for our society. To have the judges, people, one last time, understand me. The judges in the state's attorney's office, the same ones that put these people in jail over all these years for the egregious crimes of rape, robbery, murder. And I got to tell you, there's been rumors they're going to put out a hit piece that I killed Abraham Lincoln. That is not true. I might have been at the theater that day because I like to play, but I did not kill him. But they're going to put that out. But these no good son of a bitches are going to expunge everybody's record before the election. And why do you think that is? So the next time you see somebody, maybe a rapist, maybe an armed robber, but because the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption needs your vote, they're so desperate, they're going to expunge their record so you'll never know. You'll never know their background. Think about it, people. It's your family's safety at stake. But this St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption, they're so desperate, they don't give a damn about the safety of your family. All they give a damn is about the vote. The vote, people. That's what's become here in St. Clair County. It's all about politics, not about public service. Unbelievable. The expungement. First annual, because they're so concerned, they're so worried that they're going to lose their positions. And people, we need to defeat these vultures. We need to defeat these no good son of a bitches that are in office. Expunge everybody's record for a vote. And speaking of that, guess what Cahokia is doing today? And it's under the auspices of a civic class. They're lining up students at Cahokia High School, the Democratic culture of corruption. They get the kids started early. They're driving them up on school buses paid for by the taxpayers to vote today. Now, you don't think they've been quizzed on how to vote? You don't think the people that are taking them on the buses are saying, make sure? Where's a criminal investigation, people? And you people in Muscuda, Freeburg, Millstadt, and all over St. Clair County, this affects you because they're stealing your vote too. People, we need to get out. Everybody come out and vote against the Democratic culture of corruption that have screwed the people in St. Clair County the last 40 years. We'll win 15-1. Don't be apathetic. We've got them on the run, people. We've got them on the move. They're desperate. The Cahokia School Board is allowing the students on a taxpayer's bus to go up and vote. And they say it's a civic class. No, if it's a civic class, you tell your class, kids, get out and vote. Take the time. It's an important vote. It's not convenient sometime, but that's your right. People have died, and it wasn't convenient for people to die to give you the vote. It might not be convenient for you to go to the polls election day, but get there. But no, they're sending them up in taxpayer school buses. They're using public resources for private party political gains. They're stealing our future, people. They're stealing our future. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob. How the hell are you?
Hey, fine, sir. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Hey, I just calling on some of those political hit pieces that have been going out on you. You know what? I'm totally sick of those things like they're coming out on you. You know, I've known you for a while. I used to work for you a while back. But, you know, I'd rather have you guys in office because you know you're going to be honest about everything. You know, you're not going to pull no punches like some of these guys do out here.
Yeah. Well, you know, Eric, I appreciate the call, but Eric, you're right. We are going to be honest. We have nothing to hide. We're coming out. We're not perfect. None of us are perfect. But we're going to fight the fight. We don't need the money. Carl Officer doesn't need a penny. I don't need any money. Roger Cook doesn't. We're fighting for the people of St. Clair County. And I just hope all this propaganda, they can say what they want about Bob Romanik, and I was being a little facetious. They're going to put something out that I started World War II. Hell, I wasn't even around. But, see, they think that people are stupid. They think that people are stupid, and they're going to believe all that crap. What do I tell you and everybody else that listens to me? Listen to what I say. Don't believe what I say. Listen to what I say. Research it, and then you'll believe what I say. Eric, thank you for the call. We got another caller. Let's go ahead and take it. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Good morning, Bob. I just want to say my name is Cynthia because everybody at the courthouse now knows. I'm sure that the hair is standing up on the back of their necks. They pulled the same crap with me. I would confront Mark Kern, Bob Sprague, and Rick Stone on a daily basis for their misdeeds. I'd always wait till I had an audience so I could call them out in front of other voters, and they pulled the same crap. They said that because I said Mark Kern would live for forever because only the good die young, they said that I made a threat against his life, escorted me out of the courthouse, and said I couldn't come back to do my job. Monday morning, that was on a Friday afternoon. Monday morning, our office's attorneys called, and boy, did they back off of that real quick. Secondly, I'm pretty sure you didn't kill Lincoln, but I'll bet you whoever did, Rick Stone covered it up for him. Thirdly, 277-6600. Everybody call the courthouse, ask for the state's attorney's office, and start putting fire under the feet of Brendan Kelly. He is accountable like everybody else. He is an elected official, and he needs to know that his job is going to be on the line if he goes through with this. And there surely must be some state or federal statute that does not allow sexual predators to have their records expunged. And as long as they're doing this, I think I'm cashing in on it, because when I called Tom Holbrook a pinhead about 25 years ago, they tried to get me for threatening him, too, because he didn't want to be called a pinhead, that big crybaby doughboy. So anyway, Bob, God bless you. Have a great day, and boy, oh boy, you guys are touching some nerves.
Hey,
they're coming after you.
Hey, they are. You talk about Holbrook. Somebody told me to go to TomHolbrookExposed.com, one word, common spelling, and I went there, and I am amazed. And if this is true, they talk about Bob Romanik. Hey, you Democratic hypocritical bastards. If what they say, if what Derek Wallace says about Tom Holbrook is true, and you talk about Bob Romanik, are you guys crazy? You know, I'll tell you, people, if you knew the backgrounds on a lot of these elected officials that you have, if you knew what they've done in their past, you would be appalled by it. But Tom Holbrook, you can give me a call. A guy says, go to TomHolbrookExposed.com. And man, Tom Holbrook, if this is true, how egregious. But now the Democrats will take Tom Holbrook. He'll take Tom Holbrook. They'll take Mark Faggot Boy Kern. But they don't like Bob Romanik, because Bob Romanik will tell you the way it is. Bob Romanik won't kiss their ass. But Tom Holbrook, there's a picture of him. I printed this out. It's got the dark years, kind of holding his crotch. Hey, it's amazing. But see, that's their people, not our people. That's their people. Remember the first annual St. Clair County expungement this Saturday. And you good people out there, do you understand now? You wouldn't have heard it except from Bob Romanik. They're trying to go underneath the radar. They're telling all the people down in East St. Louis, primarily black, you can get your record expunged if you vote for us. And by the way, we're going to go to Chicago and get $150,000 in 5s and 10s and 20s, and we'll be back for Election Day. We've exposed it the last few years. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition has exposed the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. And people, it can't get any better until we make it better. And together we can. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, I read in this asswipe, lousy, lying piece of crap newspaper, in the editorial, it says, too bad neither the Grim Reaper or Lonzo's daughter decided it was worth their time to explain to the voters that what we're going to do in the 114th Legislative District. Hey, you asswipe son of a bitches from the Belleville New Slimocrat. I don't have to say or do anything to make you happy. I'm just concerned about my voters. Who the hell? These people at the News Democrat, you get this paper, you get 10 times as much what's going on in this region from my radio show than you do from this asswipe newspaper. But anyway, hey, all you guys up there, kiss my old, wrinkled, stinky, red, white, and blue, hairy ass. I don't answer to you lousy, lying son of a bitches. And that's what you are, a bunch of lousy, lying son of a bitches, the Belleville News Slimocrat. Again, I want to thank all of our good friends in Mascoutah for last night at the American Legion. Very humbling. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for your friendship and hopefully your political support. I told the vets last night, I don't give a damn if one vet in this country votes for me. I love them. I respect them. And I'm proud. I'm proud of what I do because of what they've done to give me the opportunity to speak my piece. So you vets out there, I don't give a damn if you vote for me or not. I'm for you 1,000%, and I thank you and salute you for all you've done to help make this country free and great. Thank you guys all over the country. Any vet, thank you. Men, women, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans. Thank you, vets, very, very much. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all three of our stations. You can like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, or Bob Romanik for State Representative. And as always, go to the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. I'm not going to mess with, we ain't got enough time. Hey, there wasn't nothing happened today anyway. What the hell? Okay, we got a couple callers. Let's take a call or two. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm not an expert on it, but I believe United States Code says you're not supposed to be compensated for a vote. Would getting a grade for the day be considered compensation? Because they're taking kids up there. Are they getting graded for the day? Because to me, that's compensation.
Sir, thank you very much. Great point the gentleman made. Yeah, they're getting compensated. They're getting a grade. So you don't think they're going to go up and vote? I don't think that's civic-minded. But people, understand me. It goes on all over, not just in Cahokia. Let's stop it. Let's make our votes count. Once and for all, let's make our votes count. I got with me, Carl Officer just walked in, and as always, don't hold anything I've said, past, present, or future. Don't hold him responsible. But I want to say again, hello to Farouk Salam. I met him in O'Fallon from Shiloh. Great guy. I want to say hi to you again. Carl, let me tell you what. You're a proud black man. You've lived in East St. Louis all your life. You've represented the good people of East St. Louis. How egregious, how appalled are you by this ad, not only that they sent out, but the crap they're trying to put in the newspaper? Don't you think they're talking about, as you said off the air, that we're Republicans? When I and you, when we all donate, when I help the kids, bury the kids, give money for food at Christmas, $25,000, they never ask if I was a Democrat or Republican. That shows you how desperate this corrupt Democratic organization is. What's your take?
Good morning, Bob.
Yeah. Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
Fine.
Kind of fired up this morning, aren't
No,
you?
I'm just pissed. It ain't fired up, but go ahead.
Well, before I answer that question, I just got to put a shout out to Cynthia. I listened to her talk to you earlier this morning. Cynthia sounds like a lovely lady. I'd love to meet her one day. I can see her firing up those persons in the courthouse that she spoke about. I found it really offensive and intellectually dishonest to send to my home, to my funeral home, to my neighbors, my friends that live in East St. Louis, Centerville, Alton, Lovejoy, Washington Park, Cahokia, one set of advertisement that was directly aimed. This morning, I'm in my office at 7:30 at my funeral home at 2114 Missouri Avenue, and I saw an ad that showed a picture of the President of the United States, and then another one that said, Michelle and I want you all to vote for blankety blank. And I'm going, there is no way in the world that ad would be run in Smithton, that ad would be run in Summerfield, that ad would be run in New Athens, in Mascoutah, in Millstadt, but they want to insult my neighbors and the persons that live in the community that I'm from by sending that ad like every black person is an idiot. And more insulting is the racial aspect, the divide and conquer. I have been all throughout St. Clair County, and I've been in a lot of places with you, Bob. The one thing that I'm proud of, as many other things that I'm proud of, is that you and I say the same thing, whether we're in Summerfield,
that's right,
or whether we're in East St. Louis. We don't have a story for the black folks. We got a story for the white folks. We don't have a story for the fat folks and a story for the skinny folks. We have the same story, and that is the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition for the Democrat, and they got the ad in the East St. Louis Monitor. You can go online and look at it. And I would admonish all of the persons, black and white, in St. Clair County, take a look at this day's East St. Louis Monitor newspaper, and it says clearly these ads are being placed by the St. Clair County Democratic Organization. Now, if that's not a racist, discriminatory advertising, you're either insulting your black voters or your white voters, or both at the same time. Either you are for something or you're against it. But why would you want to continue to separate the races? We got enough problems than to have all this silly mess. And I guarantee you, St. Clair County, President Barack Obama does not care about the recorder of deeds in St. Clair County. They're going to record your house deed. Amanda Ruocco will record the deed. I guarantee you, the same way that Mike Costello will record it, I guarantee you that Gary Cornwell will audit the books a whole lot better than the present auditor, because right now, Roger and I and you, nobody will know what's going on because we haven't had a decent audit. And Laninia Kaysen has been a qualified judge. Ed Cockrell is probably the most accessible public servant that I've ever met. And finally, with Roger Cook and you together, I don't believe that there's any way that we won't be able to get the Mid-America Airport a decent deal for the taxpayers of St. Clair County. I believe this, Bob. Maybe tomorrow morning we can talk about the coroner's office, but I believe this as sure as I'm sitting here. We're going to win this election. We're going to win it because these people have gone to a new low by telling people in my community who were convicted of certain crimes that they're going to expunge their record. You know as well as I do, they're lying to them as sure as I'm sitting here. There's no way in the world they can expunge those records and have them ready and up and ready to vote on November the 8th, but they're going to vote them under somebody else's name. I know what I'm talking about. They're going to go into certain precincts in East St. Louis. People that I have buried at my cemetery over the last 30 years will be voting November the 8th if they're not already voting, and the culture of corruption knows exactly where those people are because they know exactly how to vote them, and they got commitment in line to do it.
Okay, we're not going to take this last break. We've got some more callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob, how you doing today?
Fine, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm actually a Bob Romanik supporter. I
thank you.
Called you and let you know your sign was falling down by one of the places in Washington Park earlier this week. That was me.
What's going on, James?
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I was really supporting you, but I hear you talking about corruption and stuff, but it's been rumored in St. Clair County, and I am not a basher, buddy. I am all for you, that you're down in Washington Park paying water bills.
You know what?
Votes.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you what, you lousy, lying little jerk-off son of a bitch. Let me tell you what, you stupid, ignorant bastard. See, people, he's for me. That bastard wasn't for me. Hey, I haven't paid a water bill for a vote, but let me tell you what, I paid $25,000 last year to feed the poor in East St. Louis. I paid $4,000 or $5,000 to bury the poor kids in East St. Louis. I wasn't running for nothing. No, you're a no good. And you know what? Your mama shouldn't have had sex with the sheep. You wouldn't have been born. See, that's what pisses me off, people. This no good rotten bastard paying water bills. You're a damn liar. Your whole family's a damn liar, and you're a piece of crap. I guess I paid all the bills at the state park so those people could fish and eat to get votes. Are you nuts, you idiot, you stupid white bastard, you Caucasian idiot? See, people, that's what these bastards do. I've done for the community the last 20 years, trying to be decent. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, but this ass-white bastard, Kern's not going to call, Sprague's not going to call, but they're going to have some ass-white, sheep-screwing son of a bitch call and say he's here, I'm down in Washington. No, I'll tell you what, last year, I bought 150 fans when I wasn't running because the people were hot down there. They were burning up down there. I fed them at Christmas time, wasn't for a vote, and I'm going to pay for a water bill. But I'll tell you what, if there was a desperate family, I probably would pay for the water bill. You heard me with the vets. I don't give a damn if they vote for me or not. I love them. I respect them. I honor them. See, you and the democratic culture of corruption, that's all you give a damn about is a vote. That's all you give a damn about is a vote. And you people, you understand just what Carl said. They're putting this crap out in the paper that Michelle Obama wants you to vote for one of these judges. We're not stupid people, but we are pissed. Time's going to come. Time's going to come. This is the last shot. We have to destroy this culture of corruption in St. Clair County because this next 4 years, they'll do like they did in East St. Louis. This will be their last run. Sprague's 74. He's told everybody one more time and he's out. They're not going to give a damn the next 4 years. Kern doesn't give a damn. People, we do give a damn. So everybody, please, black, white, men, women, Democrats and Republicans, Election Day, get out and vote. Your vote will count. We need a change, a desperate change. And if we don't get it now, people, if we don't get it now, we're never going to get it. You heard that son of a bitch. That's what they do. That's what they do. They play these games. That was one of Sprague's guys that called. I could tell. I had my guy getting ready. I thought he was going to cuss us out to kill it because I knew the way he was talking, there was going to be a problem. So no, you ass white bastard. And hey, ask your mama. Hey, ask your mama. She didn't ask me last night when I was leaving her bedroom that if I paid the water bills for a vote in East St. Louis. Carl, I'll give you the last word. These ignorant son of a bitches. Go ahead.
I really want to implore all of our voters throughout St. Clair County, particularly in the outer county. There's a reason that we formed the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition because we realized that if we were to bring people together, not try to separate them, we brought them together, we could have a better county. We could have a better county in so many ways. I'm here to tell you right now, we can win this election. When I saw what happened to Ed Cockrell 8 years ago, when I saw what happened to Roger 2 years ago, and other members of the Freedom Coalition who have run on a Republican ticket before, they normally lost by the time they got to East St. Louis and below the hill. Let me tell you something. If you guys bring those numbers out, you come out of those numbers in New Athens, you come out of those numbers in Smithton, you come out of those numbers in Belleville, you come out of those numbers in O'Fallon and Fairview, we will win this election before you even get to East St. Louis. And I'm here to tell you that there are so many even fair-minded, honest, good, upstanding citizens in Allerton and Centerville and Cahokia and East St. Louis and Brooklyn who are voting in Washington Park, who are voting for the Freedom Coalition. We will overwhelm these people And what Bob just got to saying, you won't have to worry about the culture of corruption. They won't even dare to rear their head again below the hill because they will be dead. I will, as your new St. Clair County coroner, look forward to pronouncing the culture of corruption dead in 2016.
Politically, of course.
Politically, of course.
Mayor Carl Officer, you're a candidate for St. Clair County coroner and co-founder of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. People, before we leave, the expungement, the first annual expungement, that's how desperate they are. Think about it. They're going to expunge records from rapists, from pedophiles, from armed robbers. You won't know who the hell they are. But do you think St. Clair County Democratic Culture Corruption gives a damn? No, they don't. They give a damn less about you. All they care about is the vote. Again, before we go, I want to read our new commercial. And this is on Mark Sweetcakes Kern. Mark Sweetcakes Kern. Do you actually think the good people of St. Clair County believe all the lies you have been spreading during this election time in the last 12 years of doing nothing but hurting the good people of St. Clair County as our county board chairman? You continue to lie about the debacle failed Mid-America Airport, costing us, the hardworking taxpayers, $15 million a year, every year for the last 20 years. You continue to lie about the NGA, the spy agency, and because of your corrupt leadership, St. Clair County has lost over $3 billion, $3 billion, people, in potential business income. You have continued to lie to all of us, sweet cakes, but now we ask, have you also been lying about, been lying about your sexuality and sex life? If you know what I mean, and I certainly think you do. Mark Sweetcakes Kern, not a wolf in sheep's clothing, but a very small man in women's clothing. Now, Mark Sweetcakes Kern, you'll no longer be known as Mark Sweetcakes Kern. You'll be known as Mark the Big Faggot Boy Kern. Faggot forever. Mark Faggot Boy Kern, your St. Clair County lying chairman. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you've been listening to the craziest, pissed offest son of a bitch in St. Clair County. People, get behind us before these bastards get behind you and do what they usually do. And you know what I mean. I am also the Grim Reaper of radio. And you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. We're going to fight these rotten bastards. Not only November the 8th, Election Day. Win, lose, or draw, people, we're going to continue. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is going to continue to fight. But when we lose, people, if we lose, you all lose. Because it's going to be business as usual for the last 40 years. We can't take it anymore, people. Think about your children, your grandchildren's future in St. Clair County. There'll be none. So let's continue to unite to expose these rotten bastard political, parasitical, perverted punks, these low-life, jerk-off, no-count, good-for-nothing, bottom-feeding son of a bitches. And at the end of the day, let's do what we have to do and what I'd like to do. Destroy the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruptions before they destroy us. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.